Hello, Terry here, and we are back with Contemporary Gods. So, I've been kind of not uploading for for a few days because I was busy. For a day, actually. Wait, I don't really remember. Because I was busy developing a game called A Short Story. That was my very first game. I was always kinda want to develop my own game, but just doesn't have the time. And I mean, developing a game feels really daunting, And then there's this jam, which only requires you to make a game with one word, one sprite, one background, which seems simple enough for me. So I decided to take a break from uploading games and make a game of my own, which you can check on the description below or on this card above to see the trailer. Either way, yeah, we are back with the Contemporary Gods, and I kinda forget the story. Sorry. Because it's been a while. We have convinced Mesmery to side with us. Yeah, that's all. And then we are trying to convince Lucran to side with us, right? Yeah, that's good, Okay, let's continue playing the game, shall we? This time, when I enter the financial sector, I don't have to go past all of the wreckage of its border. In one way, it's a relief not to have to go near the fraying of the woods, but it's also a little sad. Why don't you have to go past that, by the way? Why? I stare down the entrance to Lucran Tower. This will be the most difficult hurdle to get over. I have to get through to him. But before that, yep, the bull and the bear. Are you sure they won't eat me? There are still of you. Don't worry, I protect. You have that agreement with him now, don't you? They won't take his business partners. Well, maybe they will eat Mesmery after after that Air Wall Street bet thing. That could be fun. I walk past Lucran statues nervously. The bull snorts but doesn't move. The bear is sleeping. It corrects an eye open at us as we pass before going back to its nap. Seriously, what is the bear refers to? I know the bull is the Wall Street bull, but the bear? What bear? Kind of cute. I wonder if I can pet it. No, you cannot. Okay, there's no option. I thought we will be given option to either pet or not, and then we died. Stepping inside the current tower at first, I think there's something wrong with my eyes. I lift my hand to my face, then look over at Mesmery and Mania. It's not my vision. The inside of the skyscraper is nearly drained of color. Oh. It's kinda depressing. Yeah, you know how it is. Have to paint all the stuff and color it takes money, I feel like anyone will lose their mind at a place like this. Maybe that's why he is so grumpy all the time. I told you it was boring. Haha, doesn't it suit him? Sweet. Sorry, how do you say that? Suit him? Yeah, that's probably how. I approach one of the many circular kiosks. A multitude of screen display rows of data in red and green. The only colors in the room. It's even more indecipherable to me than all the slang and emojis in Mesmery's domain. The letters I can read mean nothing to me, just short strings of random capital letters. The numbers increase and decrease every few seconds, but I have no idea what they measure. Grab spike erratically as the readout of a heart monitor. Shades mill around on this floor, incorporeal and overlapping. They look like ghosts or spectre amidst all the grey. Mania shies away from one. Gross, it touched me. Really? It touches you? What are they? Corporation. Oh, corporation. And your identity, so... Wait, I think corporation and identity have a good relationship, right? I mean, when it's come to Pride Month, corporation suddenly becomes rainbow, but when Pride Month's over, they suddenly become unrainbow. Except Minecraft, I don't know, Minecraft keeps saying the rainbow stuff on social media, but I don't really know, just saying. I told you his realm was just the worst. The shade pays us no attention at all, their attention focused entirely on the screens of number. I can tell they have power and influence over the human world, but they are soulless. I mean, where's Jeff Beezos? We haven't seen Jeff Beezos or Bill Gates or Elon Musk here. Kinda not fun. One of them shaped like mouse. Hey, did somebody mention the door to darkness? Wait, is that how you say Mickey? I'm not really good at copying Mickey's voice. I think that's what Mickey said on Kingdom's Heart.
Say, fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness?
The grand red hair stands out against the monotony, and all of the shade seems to gravitate around him. He spots us easily too, though he looks unimpressed when we approach him. What are you doing here? Nothing, just trying to destroy the stock market? And perhaps eat the rich? I had my too hard with you, now it's your turn. I didn't know how to reach you and you stopped answering Mesmery after last time, so we decided to just show up. I'm busy. Then I'll stay here until you're not. We had a deal, remember? How annoying. But Lucran does wave away some of the shades around him so he can direct his full attention towards us. I'll remind you our deal was that I hear you out, that's all. You are not going to change my mind and you won't get any help from me. Of course, we can force you to join us. You'll join out of your own volition. Hey, just you wait, Lulu, you'll be one of us. I'd rather die
Then so be it.
than perish. See? Mesmery, please, we're trying to work together. There's no need for antagonism. Oh, there is. But he deserves it, yeah! Hurry up already, spout your meaningless rifle at me. Once you're done, I have things that are actually important to do. What is it you're even doing here? What is this place? You're going to criticize me and you don't even know that much. No? The mirror said something about commerce and exploitation, but I don't know how objective that information is. It's kinda objective. I take a guess. Is it the stock market? Stonk. Mesmery. If you finish that word, I will sink Twitter share price. No, not Twitter, my source of serotonin, my toxicity ground. No, please no. This is censorship. Yes, I agree. Lucran ignores Mesmery and turns back to me. You're wrong, but it is similar, I suppose. The stock market is simply the limited version that human can comprehend. Oh, really? He does a slow sweep of the room. Unlike his discomfort in the Mesmery realm, Lucran seems completely in his element here. Well, this is his realm. What do you mean by... Of course he is very in his element here. This is the world's economy, all of the world's fiscal transaction, every loan and debt. Every good and service circulates through here and its value is appraised. Corporation shares, commodities, natural resources, private property, labor. One of these things is not like the others. Yeah, I can see that. Wait, labor? Big yikes. Then these numbers? A lot of them are people the cost of an hour a year, or the whole of a human life. You can find out how much 1,000 life... That's not 1,000. 100,000 life cost here. I told you. Everything has its price. And you're the one who determines these prices? I'll pop the bubbles that spring up and invest in gods I have business with, but I'm hardly going to micromanage every little transaction that passes through here. It's a free market. Prices will rise and fall to the whims of supply and demand. Really, I think the what do you call it? The You know, the stock market Reddit accident to show us that market is a joke? Maybe for other things, but humans' lives are priceless. Lucren's expression sours. What an absurd thing to say. I told you before, didn't I, that the bedrock of this realm is sacrifice. Humans are expendable, and anything expendable will have a finite price. Oh yeah, your mom is expendable. I'm sorry. But yeah, they're not even all the same price. Far from it. Some humans have negative worth. Then can you explain why is Jeff Beezos have a positive worth, even though it's supposed to be negative? That's what capitalism is. Still want him on your side? Nah. I don't get it. How can he stand there and just say these horrible things without feeling anything? Mesmery didn't understand how she was hurting people until I showed her. Maybe it's the same for Lucren? Lucren, people may look just like number here, but they have thoughts and feelings in the real world. Just like Mesmery followers are real even behind a screen. They are humans, not currency. You don't think there's any difference between the two? Not in the slightest. His answer is so immediate it catches me off guard. I'm not like social media, I don't have a pathological obsession with stalking humans every minute of their lives. Okay. Hey, way to drive by, not cool, man. Don't you care for your followers? Some would say my followers are the least human. Yeah, it is. Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't matter, they use me and I use them. That's the way of gods and humans. Sentimentality is pointless. That way of thinking is the reason everything is falling apart now. It's why we need something to hold the world together. Yeah, but what? Lucren sneers. You're planning on just fixing capitalism, is that it? No, I already fixing this one on the left. I know it won't be easy, but someone has to. Your assumptions are faulty. You think you can save the world, but you know nothing of it. I know that what's happening is wrong. Lucren's eyes narrow. See what I mean? If you think you can fix capitalism, why don't you first tell me what you think capitalism is? Well, that's not how it works, though. Fine, capitalism is, I know it has to do with the economy and I know it does a lot of bad things, but how do I actually describe it? You don't need to describe stuff to criticize it. That's just an imperialist way to silence criticism. Look it up, ask Mesmery for help, ask Mania. What do you mean by look it up? Mania? No, I think Mania will bully Lucren. Mesmery? Or look it up? Let's see, look it up, I guess? Now let's ask Mesmery. Mesmery is a bank of information, right, with the social media? I catch Mesmery eyes. She seems to argue with Lucren often, yeah. So she should know how to answer this. Mesmery expression brightens. It means rich people get richer while gobbling on their gut-plated yaks by stealing from the poor who are working for jobs. But you know it's okay since they are just lazy or... No, I see you've been listening to the Twitter communists again. Those are the result of capitalism, but it's not what capitalism is or what drives it. Okay, Lulu, it's a system where the only thing that matters is profit and people can just get fucked. See, I know theory. Checkmate, capitalist. Lucren looks like he'd rather just not listen to Mesmery anymore. Fine, that's probably as close as you'll get. What do you mean? Then it's true? Profit does motivate capitalism, and that may be what humans can see of it, but it's not what capitalism is about at its heart. Then can you just tell me already? Yeah? Huh? There are many reasons that people participate in my system: money, power, status, materialism, security, survival. That, too, the heart of capitalism is what ties them all together. The heart. Desire. That's what underlies all of capitalism. The market is pulled by the force of supply and demand. The value of a product is determined by how much people want it, how much they are willing to sacrifice for it. Desire gives rise to ambition, breeding competition over whose desire is the strongest, and envy. Those without are compelled to move upward or else live forever in resentment. But the purest of all human desire is greed. A dark look passes over Lucran's face. Humans are selfish, that's the truth of it. Well, we are not selfish, that's one. They want things, but they're unwilling to give anything up, and so they gladly sacrifice others for their own gain. Who do they learn that from, though? They always been that way. Inequality, starvation, corruption. These things existed before capitalism and were far worse than they are now. That's funny, I thought you didn't care about making the world better for humans. Just because things were bad before doesn't mean there aren't any problems today. For something to be a problem, it should have a solution. Not really, that's another way of imperialist thinking. Some have tried getting rid of me in the past. Even that wouldn't fix what humans are at their core. Nothing can. Capitalism is just the only system that's realistic about it. You're wrong. Lucran gives me a look of contempt. What do you know of humans? People just need to understand that it is easier to meet everyone's desire when they all work together. That will never happen. Humans will always prioritize their own desires over a collective one. Well, that is true. What do you mean never? Sometimes all people need is to be shown that something else is possible. If you give them a chance, they may surprise you. As if these two don't know I'm right. Mesmer counts on human selfishness and vanity, and mania represent the worst of it. They never cared about anything but themselves. Now you're just being mean. Guilty as charged. What? I never say they were faultless. They also need to change. We all work on these issues together. Glowering, Lucran takes a threatening step towards me. Glowering? What the frick's glowering? Such pretty words, but they're all you have, aren't they? You have no real arguments because you are completely ignorant of how things work. What if? Maybe, who knows? The only thing you have is this worthless idealism. Because you don't listen to arguments. You're stuck in your belief that nothing can change, when the only one who refuses to change is you. Nothing you have said convinces me that this isn't a complete waste of time. This conversation is over. Okay, but our deal? The deal is off. Ah, no, I need him to join us. You're giving up now after we have come this far? Isn't that a waste? Only an idiot would think investment works that way. That mirror isn't worth the cost anymore. Now get out of my tower. Wait! This isn't good. How can I convince him that this matters to him? If the human world is destroyed, the divine realms will fall apart, and that includes yours. Even if you don't care about anyone else, your existence is at stake too. I told you the world isn't in peril. These are temporary issues that will soon be replaced by another set of issues. Then another. But it really do be different this time though. Oceans are rising. A new freak hurricane happens every year. California is just perpetually on fire. This reminds me of that meme where it says, The weather is so hot that it gives California forest fire. Interesting. How about that, Lulu? All of that's definitely on you, by the way. That's trivial. Humans will always protect themselves. What do you mean? Despite their many flaws, humans are resourceful and capitalism is an adaptive system. As people needs and desire change, it will adjust itself. It's perfectly balanced as all things should be. Lucren glares at Mesmery. I don't care for your tone, but yes. In the face of a significant threat, their self-preservation will kick in and they'll do something about it. That sounds good in theory, but there are signs that the world is in trouble already, and they aren't doing enough to save it. Soon it will be too late. Yeah, the clock to stop Earth from becoming a fireball has been ticking for like literally my entire life. What the fuck, Lulu? I never said that humans will prevent or stop the threat, only that they find a way to survive it or escape it. Mania makes a noise of understanding. I see now. How very like you. Wait, I don't get it. Haha, you like your little space program back then too, didn't you? Your rivalry with communism was cute. What's he up to these days? Oh, that's why you are an Elon Musk sim? Ah, finally, an Elon Musk reference. Man, but his Twitter is a bonkers. Limau. Can someone explain to me what does space have to do with this? I won't claim to know what humans will do in the event of disaster, but I don't know that they will find a way to save themselves. Whatever that means, taking higher ground, blocking out the sun, or building a ship and leaving their planet behind. What? He can be serious? Oh yes, he is being serious. Seriously stupid. Even if it means abandoning the rest of their kind to the fire, humans will pay the cost in blood without a thought. And in an emergency, the sacrifice demanded is high. The horror of what Lucren is saying is slowly dawning on me. He had been angry before, but now he delivers the words without any inflection at all, as if he's talking about something innocuous. He shakes his head. You see, this is why capitalism is powerful and why I will persist. You are serious? Lucren's really out there thinking the only people who matter are rich people. Human decided that and it works. If anything reaches the point that it threatens the comfort of the ruling class, they will fix it. Nothing like the primal instinct of self-preservation to tap into human ingenuity. That's not survival, it's criminal. What about people without influence or power? They're the most vulnerable population. Sure, they will die first, they have to establish the threat, notify the upper class. Well, guess I'll die. And it fuels progress, motivates people to contribute to the society, don't want to end up at the bottom of the heap. That's the system over and over. I separate the wheat from the chaff. If you want to live, you rise to the top. If not, more fodder for the machine. Classy. Lucren looks away. He's not even... That's a new expression, Lucren. He doesn't even have the decency to care about what we are talking about. He just say these vile things like they are fact. Are you saying that poor people deserve to die? No one deserves anything, alright? Maybe that sounds like a great system to you. Maybe you really believe that everything is as it should be. But it sounds to me like the words of a weakling who is given up on improving the world. Oh snap. What survival of the fittest if not the philosophy of cowards terrified they won't get what they want if they don't take it from someone else? Oh. Some have said that it changes nothing. You have a dream that it is possible to help everyone, that a system can support its people without conditions or reservation. But you have misidentified the problem. The system doesn't fail people, humans do. Alright. For every well-intentioned person, there's someone selfish enough to take advantage of them. That may be true, but it doesn't mean there's no point in doing good. Look at Lucran's face though. If good people can band together against the bad, if only it were that easy. No matter how many people choose good, no matter how strongly people try to work together, there will always be people chomping at the bit to take advantage of them. Reasonable people will give up altruism to protect themselves. The ones who don't will die. No matter what, against human selfishness, altruism will lose every time. You don't know that happens every time. It is difficult, but it is work worth doing. Such sweet promises you make, but you have to believe your endgame is possible, don't you? Yeah. Because if you don't, if you're wrong, if humans really are worse than you give them credit for, if you send them to the hornet's nest with only honeyed words and an impossible dream. Lucran trails off, the heavy silence completes the rest of his thread. He's right. Really? Not about humans or anything, but he has a point. I'm playing with fire here. Mesmery, Lucran, and Mania, the ramification of their power have wreaked havoc across the worlds. And I'm a god too. I have that power as well. If I wield it too hastily, people will get hurt. So I have to really believe that I can save humans. And that they are worth saving. Feeling unnecessarily cruel today, Lucran. Yeah, Yeti here. What does that mean? You can hold the possibility of future evil against people trying to make a difference now. You have all imposed yourself on my domain and insulted my work to my face. None of you have any idea what it's like to make substantive change. Really? Oh, really? I'm not about to take lectures from a shallow attention-seeking robot or a pretentious freak who cares more about validation than a meaningful advancement. Or a coddled ideologue who has never had to fend for themselves before. Well, this pretentious freak doesn't intend to argue with you, Lucran. Although you are being a little too harsh on Yun, they can help wanting what's best for the world. We were all naive and idealistic young godlings once. Even you. Have you forgotten? Yeah. Lucran was? Yeah. Baby Lucran, please tell me you have TBT. TBT? What? What is that? That has nothing to do with this. Back when we were young, the camera had yet to be dreamed of. Then everything you said, you all lived seriously deprived lives. When you said altruism always lose. Like hashtag first world problems, but how could you even remember anything back then? And human greed wins, you meant the same way humans have always remembered, with their hearts. Enough. I've stomached enough of this meaningless babble. I don't understand what is happening though. No, I don't understand what they're talking about just right there. Get out of my tower, go back to your pathetic, unfulfilling lives of chasing your tails in pursuit of a futile delusion. Lucran, wait! And stop bothering me. There we go, we are getting kicked out. Oh, hello, nice. Oof! Ouchies! He kicked us out, yeah. How dare he? Oh, next time he comes to my domain to talk about sponsorships, I'm gonna yeet him out of there so hard and see how he likes it. I didn't even know gods could expel other gods from their realms. I've never seen Imperia do that. We made him really mad, huh? Well, I may say that's a success then. He must have been pretty desperate. I can imagine the display of wanton power is healthy for his realm. Really? You can feel it too? Uh-huh. Feel what? Okay, you don't feel it? The world's falling apart. It kind of comes and goes, but if you stand right here, it's pretty strong. And I felt it right before Lucran expelled us. Ah. Do you guys think he was right about humans being too selfish to work together for anything meaningful? I mean, it sounds like a lot like an excuse, so he doesn't have to put in the work to change. Do you know much about what people are like, Yun? A little, only from stories. You are here, right? You must have some tether to the human world. Imperia said that too, but if I do, I've never felt it. Well, tell us what you have heard anyway. I have always thought that most people are selfish? Good. I think most people are good. Why not? Sure, there's evil and corruption in the world, but at the end of the day, most people try to do what's right. It isn't their fault that it's hard to know what that is. Imperia told you that? No. See? I can remember where I heard that from. I've always felt it. I see. How simple. You're a simpleton. All you care is your identity and that yellow jacket of yours. You think Lucran is right? Of course not. The issue with saying people are good or people are selfish is that everyone is different. Oh, I already know that. Why do you need to contradict that? This is not the generalization who says that people can do bad, so shut the freak up, Mania. I can say I drink water, but that doesn't mean I drink water all the time. No matter what your belief is, there's someone who proves you right and someone who proves you wrong. All statements like those do is provide justification for when you already know what you want to do. So it all comes down to Lulu not admitting he's wrong because he have to admit he's been problematic this entire time. Easy to be cruel to people if you say that they are irredeemable first. I suppose that makes sense. People aren't all bad and people aren't all good, except Jeff Beezos. I'm pretty sure you can generalize him as bad. Does that mean Lulu isn't all bad either? Could be. I don't know, but if everyone have the capacity to be good, then that should be true for Lucran too. Till... What? Today I learned. Okay. Then we just gotta figure out how to prove that people aren't all selfish. Then he wouldn't have a reason to punish them. I mean, he lives near the goddess of charity or the god of charity or the deity of charity, I forgot. Charity stuff? You know, since they're in the same realm, yeah, he's like that. You're being awfully helpful today, Miss Murray. Don't you hate Lucran? Yeah, but if he can become better... Better? Are we talking about capitalism here? Union busting, prison labor, human rights violations, environmental damage, and class exploitation. Shut the freak up, like I don't know what you did too. Mania puts on a fabid smile. Totally bad look, not good optics. Mania talked, but Miss Mary's voice came out. Oh, really? Really? Oh, yeah, that's Miss Mary's style of talking. I don't sound anything like that. Here's you. Oh, I'm so old that I think every newfangled god who comes along must be some trivial fact. I only care about the real things that matter, like side parts and what children calls yoga pants. Like, yeah, those are totally matters. Also, I don't have anything of substance to contribute, so I just laugh at everything. Haha. Ah yes, your contribution thus far have been very substantial. You're not even here to help us, so why don't you just crawl back into your hidey hole and go away? Ooh. That doesn't sound like #United to me. Guys, stop it. Mania's messing with you, yeah? Don't mind Mania, Mesmery, they're just trying to rile you up. I know, I just don't know why we're even working with them. They don't care about Unity. They are just here for the cloud. Please, I'm not you. You and Lucran place too much stock in your artificial currency systems. Mania, did you mean it when you said Lucran used to be like me? Sure, he had a different name back then and he wasn't called capitalism either. The word didn't exist yet. Perhaps commercialism. But it wasn't that long ago in the schemes of things. He's not as young as Mesmery, but he's hardly a cornerstone god. The world was fine before he was here, it will probably be fine without him too. I'm just worried that if Lucran started out like me and became like that, couldn't the same thing happen to me? It is entirely possible you and he are very alike. I don't think you two are alike. Lulu gave up on helping anyone but himself. But you are united. As long as you don't give up, you'll never become like him. I know I'm the only one who can bring the world together. I can't give up. I do believe in people too, so why do I feel so uneasy? What is it I don't know? Mania, can I ask you a question? Depends what it is. Well, what? Okay. Why won't Lucran believe us? You don't think the world needs Lucran? When you say the world will be fine without Lucran, society has progressed past the need for Lulu. Well, that is true. The world doesn't need capitalism, so does social media and identity. I mean, the world will keep going even if you three are gone. Life finds a way, isn't it? I mean, that's why bacteria are alive. They don't have capitalism, they don't have social media, they don't have identity, they simply living. I'm being serious, Mesmery. Crude as usual, but for once not wholly inaccurate. Crude? I'm a catchy and suck. Sorry? I'm catchy and second. Throws a table at you? Oh, wait, society has progressed? Are they saying it happens, gods are formed and eventually they fade? Or get eaten? Get what? Eaten by what? But Lucran's still powerful. Imperius said he is one of the strongest gods. That's why he is able to do so much damage. Now perhaps, but it's not, pardon my language, the end of the world if it doesn't work out with him. He isn't the first god whose arrogance will bring about his own demise. He won't be the last. Countless gods before him have risen and fallen, some by Lucran's own hand. I've seen it happen myself. And I've warned him before, but it seems God can conceptualize their own irrelevancy. Wow, that's one for the Self-Burn Hall of Fame. Lucran is dying. I don't want that. Really? Uh-huh. Doesn't it solve your problem pretty neatly? He's causing trouble for us. Soon he won't be able to. But that's not a real solution. If Lucran decline make things worse for humans, we can say these people's suffering is worth it so later on the world can be rid of capitalism. There's no easy way to save the world in a way that matters. It will be hard, but we need to make sure that we are helping everyone. Yeah, we can be profiting off of people's life. That's what Lulu does, and he's wrong for it. Perhaps people will suffer if Lucran dies, but no more than if he continues as he does. I'm just saying, if he refuses to change, what will be the most human thing to do? If that's all true, then how could you say that Lucran and I are similar? Is that what's been bothering you? I don't think you're evil or anything, it's what you said earlier, that you have never felt any connection to the human world. Like Lucran. Mesmer and I do, even when you were younger and weaker than Yun is now. Wasn't that the case, Mesmer? We don't talk about that, it was just a phase, okay? You mentioned it when we first met, Mesmer, that you could feel all of your followers. I guess I did. Is there something wrong with me? Wrong, I wonder. But there's one thing that makes you different from us. Unity does not exist. What? What do you mean? Oh. Humans have identity and social media, but there has never been unity. Not on Earth, not in the past, not even here. What do you mean by that? So when you came to me, I wondered what kind of deity must you be to have no dominion and no domain? But humans come together to fix stuff all the time. Like just off the top of my head, the UN, democracy, global charities, general worship for Queen Bey, who? All of Instagram totally banded together around an egg but go off. Maybe you don't see it because all you do is divide people. At best, those things aspire to unity, but true unity, the kind you desire, is still just a dream. That's what Lucran sees. Like, true identity exists. You're not even true identity, aren't you? You have a domain and stuff, yet that will be impossible if you're true identity. Because if you are true identity, then it is unreachable and you shouldn't have any domain. Then Lucran, his idea of capitalism, a world where the rich have earned their wealth and the poor can grind their way to the top. It's a dream, people aspire to it, but it doesn't exist, not like Lucran wants it to. You are gods who are chasing after an ideal. Yeah, you too. What do you do in that pursuit will determine what kind of god you are. I need to talk to him again. It sure seems like he doesn't want to talk to you though, his realm is still locked down. Oh, I can get you in. He's been relying a lot on my mom for his adventure, so I have a few back doors into his tower. You're using your mom power now? That will be amazing! Yun, don't you have any dignity? Does Lucran know that you can just let yourself into his realm at your leisure? I may have snuck in before to conduct serious business and he may or may not suspect such portal exists, but there's no way he'll find them, so it's totally secure. I'm not sure how much we should be going out of our way to aggravate Lucran right now, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Well, sure, I don't have anything better to do. Great, now strap in. Okay. Mesmer grabbed us by the wrist and pulled her back into digitalization realm. Oh, we are back on the beach. Yeah, I always get a bad feeling when I have come here. You don't like it, Mania? I guess it's better than Mesmer Place. OMG, you're just a hater, and to think I'm helping you two out. We appreciate you a bunch, and you're so amazing and beautiful and such an inspiration. Yun, where do you learn to be such a silver tongue? The portal's over here. She skips off happily. I see you're getting the hang of how Mesmer takes. Yeah, she's simple. I like her. Yeah. I didn't mean to manipulate her or anything, I just think she's interesting and fun. I like it when she smiles. Huh? She says a lot of cool things I don't know about a lot about too, and that's pretty neat, and yeah. Uh-huh. Are you just teasing me? I haven't said anything. Hurry up, slowpokes. Mesmery. That thing you're standing next to, is that a portal? Yep. This baby will take us through the cryptocurrency markets and right through the stock floor. It is a completely unregulated space, so we'll slip right by Lulu's divans. Okay. I don't want to see the portal though, but okay. I think you means to ask if the portal is safe. You know what, I'm just gonna edit the portal there and boom, there we go. Nice. No idea. Somehow that doesn't make me feel better. Do your worst, I guess. Whee! With a squeal, Miss Mary hurls herself into the portal and vanish. Mania glances at me. Ready? Yeah. There we go. This world, it's... Uh-huh. Shining? Uh-huh. Why are you guys making those faces? I still can't feel my body. I never imagined there will be a place here worse than the 4chan pit. Of course you would say that. Crypto isn't that bad, guys. I sincerely doubt that. I touched one of those things and I'm not sure what actually happened, but was that what human calls blacking out? You passed out? Those things must sap your energy. Energy? You're probably more susceptible to, being relatively new. Y'all are weak. That was only a Bitcoin. You should see how do you read that? Sorry. An NFT. Oh no, those things. But we managed to make it through into the dance of the beast. The room hasn't changed since we were last here. The corporations ignore us, absorbed in their work. Looks like Lucran left. My guess is he's in his office. We might be able to get jump on him. I bet he thinks because he's closed his realm, he doesn't have anything to worry about anymore. Why do you cut the dialogue? Mesmer stops in her track, eyes wide as saucers. Mesmery? She just seems to be staring out into the stock floor. None of the corporations are actually paying us any attention. I bet he didn't even put any security measures up in this place. I mean, why would he? As far as Lulu knows, no one can get in without his permission. I could do anything I want in here. Oh no. Rape, as the netizen says. Mesmery, we need you to help us convince Lucran. That's what Mania's here for. Plus, Lulu doesn't even like me. So, by not being there, it's kind of like I'm helping out. Okay, so you're just going to throw a chaotic stuff in this place? Alright. Plus, I bet I could do a lot of good out here too. But... And there she goes. Wait, Miss Marie! She's already gone. Well, that was about how helpful I expected her to be. Maybe it's even better if she isn't here. Lucraine hates her. Yeah, but we were supposed to confront him together. That's what happens when you rely on social media. She isn't really on your side. Come on, Yoon. Lucraine's waiting. Alright. Yeah. Lucraine office is on the top floor of his tower, which is so high above the other building I can only see their spires through the glass wall on the far end of the room. Hello? Lucran stands from his desk, so suddenly his chair screeches. His expression is thunderous. You insignificant, annoying, pathetic little... He's so angry that his fists are trembling, knuckles white, and I can feel the energy in the room crackle. I had heard about gods in the past smiting their enemies. I wouldn't put it past Lucran right now either. So I don't waste time. I think I understand now why people worship capitalism. I don't. Oh, new music. Lucran steals caught off guard. For a brief moment, the frenetic pressure falters. You said before that capitalism is about desire. And maybe you're right that desire can propel people to be selfish and greedy. But I also think that the soul of capitalism it's not so different from hope. Really? People want to believe that a better future exists for them. That no matter their circumstances, anything is possible. That if you have a dream and pursue it, you'll be rewarded. A system where the poor can become rich if they put forth the effort. And the rich must act in accordance with people's demand, or else be unseated, where competition lifts people up instead of tearing them down, and everyone gets exactly what they deserve. So I understand. Those who worship capitalism want to believe that the world is fair and good. I can fault them for that. Lucran hasn't stopped glowering at me, but I catch the briefest gleam of his brow furrowing. His shoulders have risen in defensive suspicion. Where is this coming from all of a sudden? Mania told me about you when you were young. Lucran shoots a venomous look at Mania. You traitor! Please, I'm not on anybody's side. You are the same as me. I was a fool who knew nothing of the world. So in that capacity, yes, maybe we were a little similar. He speaks through gritted teeth. Is that why you get so angry at me? What is this ridiculous psychoanalysis? My past has nothing to do with this. I barely remember anything of that time. It was so long ago. If there's one thing Miss Mary is right about, it's that lingering in the past is pointless. Why do you look so bothered by it then? Because you broke into my office and started spouting nonsense at me. I should throw you out again right now. Fine, but only if you answer my question first. If it really means nothing to you, that shouldn't be a problem, right? Mania said you weren't always called capitalism. I want to know what were you called back then. I don't remember. Okay. You're lying. Ah, I see. I was a different person back then. I may as well try looking into the memories of a stranger. Is that really true, or did you forget on purpose? Well, I remember. Oh, thank you, Mania. We both look towards Mania. Lucran's expression is unreadable and he doesn't say a word. Tell me. There was once a young godling who dreamed of a world of possibility, who took chances and gave them, and always saw people not for what they were, but what they could be. He toppled the system of power for being unjust and thought himself a savior. The god of opportunity. God of opportunity. But opportunity turned to opportunism and then to capitalism. Now look at what he's become. Look at one look at Mania, and he especially one look at me. We were the same. Are you finished humiliating me? You used to believe in a better world too. And now I don't. That's the end of my story. It will be the end of yours as well. The jab is empty, there's no venom behind his word now. Just a deep-seated bitterness. Look, Ran, look at me. I think you still care even if you lie to yourself. You don't want the world to be better. Oh, sorry? You do want the world to be better. Otherwise you wouldn't be this unhappy that it's not. It doesn't matter what I want. Of course it does. You said yourself, capitalism is a system based on desire. Yet another reason it's broken, sometimes people want things that are impossible. Then you admit, I thought my system was so elegant. One that considered everyone's desire and adapted with them, but built on fair exchange and fair opportunity. As you said, a system where people get exactly what they deserve. But it was broken from the start. There's no such thing as a perfect system for a world that is imperfect, and humans are far worse than imperfect. Really? Okay. They turned my system into one that is hardly different from the one I deposed. That was what they wanted all along. Nothing has changed. The only way my system works is if the world does end as you say it will, because that will be what humans deserve. Not all of them. Again with this blind faith. It's not just faith, I'll prove it to you that humans are worth believing in, that you weren't wrong for believing in them. I'm here to save the world and that includes you. I know you haven't completely let go of your dream. Just forget about what you think is possible or impossible. You say the heart of capitalism is desire, didn't you? Tell me what it is you actually want, Lucran. What your true desire is. I want... The silence fills up the whole room. For you to leave me alone. The music stops. Lucran kept his head bowed. Unlike when Heathrow was out before, his voice is very quiet. His heart is still closed off. I thought I could get in through him, but I don't know if I can get him to budge any further. It seems like he still needs to process everything. Okay, we'll leave. I'll give you time to think. But I haven't given up on you. I'll come back, and when I do, I want to hear your real answer. Lucran doesn't react to my words. But when I lay Imperia's mirror on top of his desk, he flinched. What are you doing? We had a deal, didn't we? You listened to us and participated in our conversation even though you didn't want to, so the mirror is yours. But I called off our deal. This is unnecessary. It doesn't matter. I said I would give you the mirror if you cooperated with us. And I always intend to follow through on my words. Let's go, Mania. Mania has been silent for a long time, but when I turn to them, their characteristic smile quickly reappears. Oh, okay. Ah well, it was a good effort, but I told you from the beginning, didn't I? Getting him to change is impossible. Let's just go. Wait, oh. Lucran calls out right before I can step over the threshold. When I turn around, he looks surprised at himself. Yes? I don't know what's wrong with me today. He runs a hand through his hair, muttering to himself before finally meeting my eyes. Let me say first that I still don't believe you, then entirely believe you. What you propose is almost inconceivable to me. I know too much about the worst humanity has to offer to be swayed by a few pretty words and a promise that humans can change. Nothing changed so quickly. And I still think you are foolish, naive, and honestly quite annoying. That was unnecessary, but okay. But I acknowledge now that you aren't just empty words. You are sincerely committed to this ideal of yours. At least, I can think of another reason you try so hard to convince me. Then does that mean I will take a chance on you? It's a very slim chance. Your odds of actually being able to change humanity are next to zero, I say. But if you really believe you can do it, if it's remotely possible that you can create a world where my system can work as it was intended. I don't know if I can believe in humans, but for now I will believe in you. Lucran. Maybe I'll regret this later, but there's no such thing as investment without risk. I still believe that, at least. Are you calling me a risky investment? Should I take that as a compliment? Don't look so happy. I say that your odds of changing humanity are next to zero. My odds can't be that bad. I managed to change your mind, didn't I? I guess you did. A little bit. For a very brief moment, I think I see a rueful, how do you read that? Smile on Lucran's lips. But it quickly vanishes when Mania clears their throat. Well, I'll admit I didn't expect this development. I suppose it's my turn to host next, isn't it? Yeah, it's your turn next. Yes, now that all three of you are on board, we can start actually come up with a plan. So, we have made big strides getting Mesmer and especially Lucran on board. I'm aware that we have only just reached the starting point with regard to fixing the world. It's time to move on to action. Where's Mesmer though? Is she still running the market? Now that we are all on the same side, we can finally start to change things. I wouldn't speak too soon. What do you mean? You said you work with us, didn't you? Yeah, are you changing your mind already? You'll break Yun's heart. Lucran regards Mania warmly. I may have put some faith into them, but that doesn't mean I trust you. Me, I'm offended. Haven't you been the resistant one? Can you really look me in the eye and say you have no angle for being here? I already said I host Yun's next meeting. I know a nice place where we can have a drink and chat and you can air whatever qualms you may have. I'm grateful, Mania. I'm sure we can talk through the issues between you and Lucran. Lucran shoots me an annoyed glance, which isn't unusual, but there's some meaning behind it that I can't interpret. Finally he sighed. Fine, we'll see what truth comes to light. See you there, Lucran, or maybe I won't. You have still got time to change your mind. Mania turns to leave and Lucran glares at them as they go. Don't mind them, Lucran, I want you to be there. You are... Lucran trails off. I wait for him to finish, but he just shakes his head. I'll go. I want to hear what Mania has to say, and since I'm investing in you, I'll do what is in my capacity to help. Thank you. You shall go after Mania. I don't want you getting lost trying to leave this tower. Bye, Lucran. I promise. The chance you took on me will pay off. Goodbye, Yun. I hurry after Mania. I wonder what Lucran meant about Mania. But whatever it is, I'm sure we can work past it. That's what happened with Mesmer and Lucran, and now I have both of them on my side to help me. Together we can do this. Just one left. Alright. So, part 4. Nice. So, the dark face of the gods. Oh. Alright. So I guess I have to end the video right here. It's been quite a while, you know. That's the end of part 3. See you later then in Contemporary Gods part 4. The dark face of the gods. Bye bye.